Some breaking news from the House of Commons, and let's get the very latest. Who else to ask? But of course, Tamara. Hi.
Hi, Kay. This is a report by the Standards Committee which looks into misconduct involving MPs, and they found there has been misconduct relating to the former Cabinet Minister Owen Paterson. He used to be Environment Secretary. Now, they were looking into him because he was working as a paid consultant for two private companies, one called Randox and one called Lynn's Country Foods, and they were concerned that he had lobbied the Food Standards Agency and a government department to make certain changes without declaring his interest as a consultant, for which he was paid 3 times his MP's salary. They also say he breached the code by using his parliamentary office for at least 16 meetings with this company. Now, they say this is an egregious breach of the rules. One of the most...
Let's break this down. Why is it against the rules?
Because MPs are allowed to take on paid consultant jobs, but they have to be very clear in declaring that, not just in the register of expenses, but if they are asking questions that are related to that company, they need to make clear that they have an interest and are being paid.
And particularly if you're on the front bench.
Yes, but he is not. He's a backbencher now, but any MP has to do that. And they say that he did not do that. He should have known better, essentially, and that they've never seen, essentially, so many breaches. Now, he says that what he did was, he believes, in the public interest. They say that they don't accept that explanation and have recommended that he be suspended from the House of Commons for 30 days, and the government has 5 days to make that happen. Interestingly, Kay, if he is suspended for 30 days, that means what's called a recall petition can be opened, which is when the voters can decide whether they want to call a by-election and not have him as their MP anymore.
Yeah,
that's right. So if 10% of the voters in his constituency decide that they don't want to have him as their MP anymore, it could lead to a by-election. Now, it must be said, Owen Paterson is in a very safe Conservative seat, and he's had a distressing year. His wife, Rose, took her own life last summer. He said that this inquiry, he said rather controversially, this inquiry was a big factor in that. So not sure if it will get that far, but certainly it is possible that he could have a by-election and lose as an MP.
Did the committee acknowledge what he had been saying about his wife's death?
They did. They say that he has obviously had a distressing year, and they say that may account for what they describe as some of his behaviour in responding to the committee's accusations. They say that he's been very aggressively defending himself, but they say that the aggravating factors that they would note in this case are that they've never seen a case of paid advocacy with so many breaches or such a clear pattern of failing to separate his public work from his private interests, and he has, they say, brought Parliament into disrepute by doing that.
And that's a big deal.
That is a big deal, yes.
So, just in summary?
In summary, Owen Paterson, former Cabinet Minister, did paid lobbying, didn't declare it properly. It's an egregious breach of the rules, and he could possibly, if a few steps are taken, lose his seat as an MP.
OK. Thanks very much indeed, Tory.
Thanks, Kate.
Thanks a lot.